Hi guys, it's been a really big while since I've actually made a book related video. By the way, if you see my bookshelves in the background, sorry, I'm in the middle of reorganizing them. Again, I know I reorganize them like every single week, but actually it's been like 4 or 5 months since I've reorganized them. I'm actually taking my time reorganizing them. Basically, I told myself I wasn't going to be making strict TBRs, but lately I've been in a really big reading mood, so I decided to do a January TBR because I do have a lot of books that I do want to read in January. So the first book I really want to read in January is Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. Now this is unreleased. This book is coming out on January 12th. I swear I didn't hear anything about this book until I saw it on Lily the Book Nerd's Instagram, and I was like, wait, what is that? So basically it's a book about no. It's about a book. It's a book about Star Carter's dad, Maverick Carter, and it basically takes 17. Oh my god, I can't even talk. It takes place around the time where Star was born, and basically it's just like him growing up in the hood and him trying to become a better father for Star. And I don't care. I just want to read it because it's by Angie Thomas. And speaking of Angie Thomas, I also want to reread The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. I've read this book 2 times already, and I love it. It never gets old. Touching. Angie Thomas did a really good job. It's so entertaining. And basically, if you don't know what it's about, it is about a 17-year-old girl named Star Carter who lives in... Yeah, I'm going to put the synopsis right here because I can't explain for crap, and I'm going to be here stuttering for 5 hours, and that's going to be annoying for me to edit. So I'm just going to put a synopsis here. You can pause if you want to read it. Now, let's get on to my physical copies. I do have a physical copy of The Hate U Give, but it's there, and I'm most likely going to listen to it on audiobook, so I don't really need the physical copy anyways. The next book I want to read in January is The Shining by Stephen King. So basically there's a book club. I'm going to put the name of the book club here and also the Instagram page. Yeah. So they're reading this for the month of January, and I was buddy reading this with my friend like a few months ago, but we never ended up finishing it. So, and I have the audiobook for it, so and I also love that it's not small font, and it is a big book. I've never read a Stephen King book, and a lot of people love it, and it's Noelle's favorite author, one of Noelle's favorite authors. But I love Stephen King films, so I have a feeling I'll like the books. Next book I want to read is Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jessie Anders. So basically, I'm going to read off the back because I can't memorize. It is about... Okay, guys, so I was literally there stuttering. I can't even talk. I was literally there stuttering for like minutes, so I just pulled up the synopsis. I couldn't find the synopsis of the book, so I got it from the movie. But yeah, this is basically what it's about. I can't read. I don't know if it's just me, but I hate contemporary audiobooks with a passion because I'm sorry, it's just all the contemporary audiobooks just make me cringe. I don't like the narrators. Like, I've never read a contemporary with an audiobook that's been good. So, all the contemporaries I read, I have to read them physically because otherwise it will honestly ruin the enjoyment because I just cannot stand the narrator's voice. And that's why I'm also picking on audiobooks. Like, if I'll be 5 minutes into an audiobook and I'll decide I don't like the narrator's voice, I most likely will drop the book. And again, I'm not putting pressure on myself to finish all of these. If I don't finish all of these, good. Reading is for enjoyment, and I do not want to force it upon me to read all these books because it's not a competition. Next book I want to read this month is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by... Yeah, we're not going to say her... We do not like her here. But basically, this is a reread. I never ended up finishing the series, but hopefully this time I'm restarting it so I can actually finish the series. But yeah, I love Harry Potter with a passion. I hate the author with a passion. So I'm just going to separate the art from the author because this is a good book series and it brings so much nostalgia to other people. But there's ways on how we can still enjoy it, but at the same time not give the author credit. You know what I mean? I think I know what I mean. And also this month, if I can, I want to squeeze in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I said the name, I did not mean to. But basically, yeah, I want to read this because reread this because these are like the two shortest books in the series, so I definitely think it'll be easy to read these two in 1 month. I think, yeah. Also, Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. I said Albert. My aunt's been telling me to read this for so long. I think I've read it once, but I've totally forgot. I think I was like very, very young. But yeah, I want to read this. And basically, I think this is a memoir told from a student's perspective of his professor named Morrie. And he was an old dude. I don't really know, but I heard it's heartwarming, and yeah. Next, I want to read The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. I've read the synopsis and it sounds really interesting. I've been trying to start it for so long. Anytime I would try to start reading it is when I would be in a really big reading slump. So now that I'm not in a reading slump, I definitely want to pick this up. But it is a very thick book, so I don't think I'll finish this month because I have so many books to read this month, or books I want to read this month. But yeah, I want to read this. Also, I want to mention another book that I want to read, or at least finish, because I've already started the book. I want to mention it right now before I forget. So basically, the book is called A Child Called It by Dan. I forgot the author, but you can see it right here because I'm going to put the cover of the book. So basically, it is about I think it's a memoir. Not a memoir, it's autobiography. No, it's not even. But basically, the author is telling a story of when he was younger. He was abused by his... I don't want to spoil it. So he got abused as a child, and basically you just follow him and how that was for him and things that would happen to him, the person that abused him, and the things that would... It's a very hard book to read. Like, I'm already like 45% through the book, and it is very hard to read. It's not really... Is that what it's called? Graphic? It's very, very like heartbreaking to see the fact that people or kids actually get treated like that. I just, you know what I mean? Like, it's just hard to think about. But yeah, trigger warning for child abuse if you're going to read that. Next book I want to read is Beware Princess Elizabeth by Caroline Mayer. Oh my god, this is a historical fiction. If you guys don't know me, I love historical fiction, but only when I'm in the mood. Like, but basically, this is a book about... It's told in the perspective of Anna Boleyn's daughter. And Anna Boleyn, she's a character in a historical fiction book that I've read half of it and then I've never finished, but hopefully this doesn't spoil it, but if it does, oh well. I do want to end up reading that book, but I just do not have the patience and the dedication to read a whole 700-page book right now, and it's all historical fiction. So yes, but I do want to read this. Next book is a self-help book, and it is called Unbeep Yourself by Gary John Bishop. I don't know how you pronounce that. But basically, I've already read one book this month, and it is called Stop Doing That Beep. And it is a self-help book. Self-help. I said self-help. Basically, yeah, I've read that book, and I gave it 4 stars. I'm ruining my January wrap-up. Let me stop talking. But yeah, I really like that book, so I want to read this book physically, because they don't have the audiobook. But yeah, I want to read this. And one of the last 2 books is The War That Saved My Life by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. I know this is a book that's taken place in the Nazis, I think. Yeah, it takes place in World War II. I think it's about a little girl. Well, basically, my librarian recommended this to me because I was looking for some World War II book and historical fiction about like royalty families and stuff. So she sent me a stack of books to pick from, and this was in it. Also the other historical fiction that I showed. But yeah, I want to read this, and I don't really know what it's about, but I want to read it. And the last book on my TBR is Nelly, Surviving Hitler by Andrea Warren, and this is just I don't know, it seems like a small book. I think it's told about, this is sad that I don't even know what it's about, but yeah, I want to read it. But yeah, that is an ambitious TBR given the fact that I haven't read in a solid 3 months. But yeah, so that's my TBR. Thank you guys for watching. I will leave my Instagram linked in the description down below. And if you want to follow me on Snapchat, just DM me on Instagram and I'll send you my Snapchat. Okay? Okay. But thank you guys for watching.